Hi everybody, my name is Alejandro Mejia and I just want to say thank you for watching this video. We're here to teach you how to play the new game Attacking Zone. For some of you guys already have it, thank you for buying the product. And for those who still don't know what I'm talking about, well, I'm here just to give you an idea of what is Attacking Zone. So this is the product that you're gonna see. Some of you guys already have it. It's Attacking Zone. It's a soccer board game. It's well designed. It's very colorful, and I'm pretty sure that you're gonna love it when I start explaining how the game goes. We're gonna teach you how to move the players and how to move the ball. So once that you have the players on the field, remember that when you place the players, make sure that they are completely spread out. One of the rules I'm going to explain later is that you cannot have two of the same players next to each other, like you see on this concept in consecutive squares, like this. But I'm going to explain that thing later. So you put all the players around. You can play any formation that you want. You can put two defenders or three midfielders and three attackers. That's up to you. That's up to the coaches. And then how the players move. So the players always going to move or vertical or diagonal or horizontal, right there, like this. Those three moves all the time, or forward, diagonal, or sideways, always following the pattern of the squares. You cannot move zigzagging, you cannot go jumping over another players. Always choose the path that is completely open, right? So that's the way like the players move, keeper and the rest of the players. And with the ball, it's basically the same. With the ball, it's going to move vertical, diagonal to the open space, or sideways or horizontal, like this. Okay? So keep that in mind once the game begins. And the other important thing is when you have the kickoff, make sure that the players are not in one of these squares with the star. So this one is for another purpose that I'm going to explain to you guys later, but make sure that you don't put players on those squares when the games begins. And just want to make clear one of the rules, one of the basic rules is when you roll the dice, remember that you always have to choose one dice to move one player and the other one to move the ball, or move two different players. You can never use the two dice to move only a single player or the ball. So now it's time for the kickoff. One thing that we need to do first is each coach is going to roll the dice, and whoever gets the highest point, let's say that the red team has 5 and the blue team has 4. Okay, so the kickoff is for the highest point. For the game purpose and for the video, I'm going to use the blue now that I have set up the players for that one. So let's say that the blue team is the one who has the kickoff because he got the highest point previous to the game. Okay, so you put the players the way that you want, always on your half as a regular soccer game. The same for the red teams, and making sure that they're not next to each other, right? Now it's time to roll the dice. So we roll 2. So look at this, what happened. So we got 4 and 4. So that's a good news. When we have pairs, as in any board game, when you have pairs, then you can play again. We're gonna go 4 and 4. So what can I do here? You're always gonna choose one dice to move one player and one dice to move the ball. You cannot combine the two numbers of the dice to move or one player or the ball. So look at what happened here. 4 and 4. So it's time to attack. So we're gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4 for the ball, right? Diagonal. I found the open space, and then I'm gonna move 4 for the player. 1, 2, 3, 4. Meaning that I continue with possession of the ball, right? So like we have pairs and we continue passing the ball, we roll the dice again. 3 and 1. So here's when you have to choose one dice to move one player of the ball or the other one for the same purpose. So let's say here that I want to continue controlling the ball. So I'm going to move this player right here, one square, like one of the dice show right here, 1. And then I'm going to start moving this one 3. 1, 2, 3, right? The idea is start moving the players on the other half and start the attack. What happened there? I did not move the ball at all. I just choose to move one player and another player with the dice. So if we continue with the passing, how do you make the pass? Well, important to know, like, is depending of the number showing on the dice. As you can see over here, I'm just trying to put it together. Let's say that I roll the dice, I throw it, and it shows me a 4 and a 2, right? A 4 and a 2. So in this moment, right now, the blue player has possession of the ball. So we try to find a player who suits that position. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, we can make a pass by following the sequence of the ball, diagonal, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's a great pass. But to my surprise, my surprise is right now set up right here with the number 2, I can make a double pass. So this guy make 4 squares to pass it to this guy, and then suddenly this one can reach another player. So we have 4 and 2 making a double pass and be ready to shot on goal on the next turn. Okay, so let's see how it goes if I roll the dice again. So right now it was a 4 and the other dice was a 2. I'm gonna roll it right now. You're gonna see live if it was a goal or not. Boom, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough, but I kick the ball anyway. I'm gonna take a risk. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 for the player. So I'm still getting a chance to score on my next turn. Now it's time for the red team to try to recover the ball. Let's see what's gonna happen. The keeper is the one who can reach it right now if I get a 3, or I'm gonna cheat right here. I'm gonna be cheating. I'm gonna put this one just to explain how it works in case that we recover the ball. And 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna put it in 4. Again, I'm just making this move right now for you guys to understand how you guys recover the ball when the ball is not under possession of anybody. So right there, here, let's say 2 and 1. So what happened here is not even the keeper or the red player is able to get to the square where the ball is located. So I'm gonna move the keeper 2 squares because the only chance that I got, and this one I'm gonna make it a little bit closer, right? So still the ball is in nobody's possession, and then we're gonna roll again now for the blue team. What happened right here? Blue player get on top of the ball, and with the other one, he just scored a golazo, right? See, 1, 2, and 3. So basically, I just go a little bit more quicker on how you score, but this is basically a good example of how you can score in a regular situation during the game. So right now we have a good example of how you call the fouls in a game. So as you can see, the ball is right in the middle. Nobody's having control over the ball, but it's turn for the blue player or the blue coach to roll the dice. He suddenly says that there are 2 players from the red team right next to each other, right? According to the rules, if you read the booklet, you're not allowed to do that unless you have the ball under control. So what happened in this case? You call the foul. It's optional. You can call the foul or not. So right now you call a foul right there. Basically what you do is you move one of the players up in between, put the ball in between the 2 players, and the blue player on top. So it's time for you to roll the dice again. 5 and 4, and it's up to you. You wanna continue moving forward or keep possession of the ball, whatever you wanna do. So basically, that's the way like you call the foul. You cannot have 2 players of the same team in a consecutive square next to each other. Okay? Any question? Just let me know. With the tutorial, now we're gonna learn how to call a PK. So as you can see right now on the board, the blue team is having the ball under control. Even if you don't have the ball under control, and if you see an infraction, you can call it any time. In this case, you see the goalkeeper and the defender are next to each other inside the PK or the penalty area, the 18 box. So when you see that, you can call it any time. Again, there is no way that two players of the same team can be on the consecutive squares next to each other. So you call a PK. What happened right there? The keeper stays in the middle as you always take a PK. You put the ball on the dot, white dot right there, and then you're gonna roll 2 dice, right? And if you have 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, you score a goal. If you got 1, 2, or 3, is the PK, is the goalkeeper ball. So let's see how it goes. You're gonna see it right now here. What's gonna happen? So that's a goal. 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes through, golazo. So that's the way that you go. If I will be able to get, if for some reason I just roll the dice and I got 1, 2, or 3, is the keeper's ball. Or if I got a 2 or 1, nothing happens and the game continues. What are the goalkeeper's rules? What the goalie can do in every situation? So I'm gonna explain again how the keeper performs in this game. So let's see right now that the ball right now is in nobody's possession. The ball is right in between the defenders, and it's time for the red team to roll the dice. As you can see, I just put it right there with the numbers on top just to give you an example how it works. So right now it's 2 and 4. What happened right there? The goalkeeper gains possession right away because he got 2, and with the other number, then you move another player that is suits you, or a player that you really want to move. So let's say I'm gonna start moving this guy 1, 2, 3, 4 because the keeper has possession of the ball. Once the keeper gets possession of the ball, he needs to roll the dice right away. After you complete the 2 moves, it's important the keeper roll the dice. Why? Because then the keeper can stay with the ball and basically it's gonna stop the dynamic of the game. So it's important, it's mandatory, it's on the booklet. Once the keeper gets control, he needs to roll the dice again. Exception to the rule. When the keeper rolls the dice again, when the coach rolls the dice again, now you can combine. This is the only time that you're allowed to use the numbers, the 2 numbers of the dice for 1 single player. And that player is the goalie. So we have 9. So what happened right here, I choose to move and clear the ball completely away from my area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I use the total of the dice to kick the ball completely far away from my zone. And you notice something different too. The ball went over the player. That's the only time that the ball can go over a player. It's when the keeper used the 2 dice just to send the ball high, just like in a regular soccer match. The keeper gets the ball and then he sends it completely high to the other half. So this is the way that the keeper moves. Remember that the keeper cannot leave the area at any time, always inside the square. I'm going to show you very quick how to put the ball inside the net and score your first goal. So when you are under possession, under control of the ball, I'm going to give you the example right here. You see my striker with the ball under, and then I roll the dice, and this is what I got. Again, I just fix it like this for give you the example how it works. So remember, you always choose 1 dice to the ball and the other one to a player. So to my surprise, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the number that shows one of the dice, and I'm able to pass the ball to my other striker. It has to be the exact number that it match the distance between the squares and the player. And with the other one, I have a 6. So when I got here to kick the ball, 1, 2, 3, 4, is crossing the line, so you are now scoring a goal and you're winning the match. So again, it's important that you always see the gaps, the opens, where you can reach to cross the line to score. Another example, very quick right here, is you can score it also from the sideways. So for example, right here, if you have this situation and you roll the dice and you have a 3, just follow the squares, and as you can see, let me give you here the pen. 1, 2, and 3. You score another goal by using the flanks right here. Just follow this the direction of the squares, and you're gonna see that you're gonna be able to score on that matter. If you were here, well, as you can see, the ball is not going inside the goal. So again, I hope that you understand how to play attacking zone. One of the good things is that you can set it up the way that you want it. You can play it in to 1 goal, to 2 goals, maybe 10 minutes halves. You can have a tournament. You can put the numbers of players that you want, and then have fun. And then make your best decisions. And if you have any other question, just let me know. Thank you, guys. So one of the questions that I always get through the emails and everything to understand very quick how to recover the ball. So I'm gonna explain it right away how it works. So right now the blue team has the ball under control. Let's say that the coaches decide to move another 2 players different to the blue player who has the ball under control, and it's turned to the orange team. So I'm gonna roll the dice. Let's see what it goes. 2 on 2. So look at what happened right here. I have a 2 to move 1 player, or 2 players, or 1 player and the ball. So look at what happened here. I have a player who's closer with the number of squares to be able to recover the ball. 1 and 2. What happened with this player? Basically, the other number, you move it whatever you want. You don't want to move it in front of you, because then it's gonna block your path to attack. So you try to place it sideways, maybe behind you, right? And the other good news is I roll the dice and I got pairs. What happened? Well, I can roll the dice again and I can start my oh my god, look at this, 5 on 4. So look at this. I'm gonna move the play, kick the ball, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I can move this player closer, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there, 5 and 4. So this is the way like you recover the ball. You roll the dice, 1 dice to reach the square where the player is located with the ball, and with the other one you move it to a different squares and the same amount and whatever is available. Okay, it's very simple. If you have any question, just let me know. So guys, the last thing I forgot to mention, the cards. So you have this set of cards. It's 10 cards that you get when you buy the product, when you buy the attacking zone. I'm gonna explain how it works. So basically, when you reach one of these stars from the opposite side, let's say that the blue team is defending this side, and then you cross the half of the field, and then you roll the dice, and let's say that we have a double 2. What happened here? The blue player has the ball under control. He move it 2, and then move the player 2. So basically, you ended up with the ball and the player in one of these stars. Please remember that these stars, you are allowed to get one of these cards only if you get it on the opposite side of the field. Same for the orange team. If the orange team wants to get one of those, one needs to end it up on the other half. So basically, you get one of these cards, you pick one randomly, and it's gonna give you something that you need to do right away. So for example, on this one, I'm gonna give you the example. This one says something like penalty. The referee sees a foul in the area. Roll the dice, and if you get a 4, 5, or 6, it's a goal. So this is something kind of like what you can get when you playing and you ended up in one of these stars. It could be something that is gonna be for your benefit, or it's something that it could be against you. It could be a red card, it could be a free kick, it could be anything. And again, it's gonna be randomly one that you pick one of these cards. Okay guys, so finally, before you start enjoying the game, I want to give you some tips about how to set it up. So it's important that before the game begins, you understand the rules and some basic things that you can keep in mind. When you roll the dice, make sure that you don't roll it on top of the board, because you know what's going to happen, right? It's going to move all the players out of the position, so important that you roll it right on the side. Be gentle about it, or maybe outside in a box or whatever you guys want to do to avoid any movements that they were misplaced once you hit it with the dice. The other thing is, before you make the move, count it. When you start making the move, counting the squares, and then you realize that you don't have enough squares to reach that one, then you have to go back. So maybe that's not gonna be good for the game, because sometimes you're gonna get lost, or oh, where was my player before, right? So make sure that maybe you can have a stick or a pencil or something, and then before you make the move, 1, 2, 3, oh, I cannot make it because it's 4, 2, 3, 4, and then one that you're sure to make that move, then you make it. So that's something that the two coaches can make it clear from the beginning. And the last thing is, usually in these 10 years that I've been working with the game and testing it with different people, usually it doesn't take more than 15 seconds to make the completely move when you roll the dice. If you want to keep track of the time, it's up to you guys, but I didn't see it necessary when I was playing during this all these years. It takes no more than 15 seconds just to make sure that you make the move, and after that, it's the turn for the other player. I hope that you guys like this tutorial. I'm looking forward to continue sharing more information about the product. If you can see right below, right here, you can see www.puretactics76.com, or in Instagram, puretactics76. We're working on it, and pretty soon you're gonna have news about it. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye.